All right, ladies, what's happening? We are back again for another episode on the Weight Loss for Women 40 Plus podcast with Josh. So today I'm tackling the best plan for women over 40 to lose weight. What should you do? Now, there's a lot of information out there. Most of it's dog shit. I know you know. I hear it every day on calls with the ladies we're talking to. So you guys aren't oblivious. Though that doesn't solve the problem, does it? Just because you know something shit doesn't mean you have the answer for what you need to do. So let's go through it. Let's work it out. Should you do keto or low carb? You can. It's just very difficult. Should you do an 800 calorie diet? You can. Again, really fucking hard to stick to. What about supplement programs? So there's things, what are those like Amway programs, there's fat, there's like PHAT, blah, 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 Sure Slim, weight loss shakes, you name it. Can it work? It can. Anything can work. It's just how long does it work for is the question. So just because something can work doesn't mean that you should try it. And you've probably tried most of those things I've talked about. But the best plan, there's going to be a few criteria for the best plan. And no, I'm not just going to be like, the best plan is my plan and you should just do what we do. I guarantee there's many good programs and coaches out there that work with women over 40. Well, okay, maybe not many, but there's a couple. Like I personally know of people in the industry that are pretty fucking good at what they do. So the most successful plans, have lots of testimonials. So before we dive into the criteria, like what do you need to go through, you need to look for results. So if I had, let's not go down that, I was going to go down a very dark example. If I needed to get my knee replaced, let's go there. Nothing too dark to start the morning. If I had to get my knee replaced, it was totally fucked out. I'd either done it in an injury or it just got to the point where it's just totally fucked and I need to get a surgery done. Who do I go with? How do I choose the right professional to go with? Now, obviously, you need to go to a surgeon, someone who is qualified in the area. So this is what they do for a living. It's not their side hustle. It's not something they just do on the weekends. It's what they do for a living. This is their job. That way I know they're in the trenches every day getting it done. But the other thing I'm looking for, which is far more important, I just don't want a surgeon. I don't just want a full-time surgeon. I want one that has got hundreds, if not thousands, of surgeries under his belt. Successful ones. You don't just want to go to a surgeon that's done 1,000 surgeries and they're all botched and absolutely fucking terrible. So remember, you're not just going for someone who's got frequency in the trenches. Remember, experience doesn't mean results. We've all been to the doctor, 20 years experience, and you go to the doctor for something fairly trivial, let's say weight loss. You go to the doctor for weight loss advice, 20 years fucking experience, and they just go, unfortunately, that's just part of getting older. You'd be like, what the fuck? That makes no sense. Or the doctor that just pushes people down the weight loss surgery route. Oh, you need to go fucking get weight loss surgery. Or they go, hey, you need to go take these fucking, these slimming shakes, weight loss, meal replacement shakes. Just because you've got experience doesn't mean you're good. There are plenty of people in your workplace that you've come across in your profession that have been there forever and they're dog shit. So if we're not looking for years of experience, we're looking for good results. We're looking for success stories. The only way you can judge somebody without doing the thing, the plan, the program, the surgery, what it is, the outcome they're trying to get for, the only way you're going to know if it works is if you finish the plan and come out the other end. That's the only way you're going to know with certainty. No different than going to uni. How do I know I'm going to pass? You say to the lecturer on the first day. And he goes, how the fuck do I know the answer of if you're going to pass or not? He goes, when you sit the exam and I give you your marks, then you will know if you pass or not. But what you can go off is like, hey, if you do this criteria, if you attend my lectures, if you do the study, there's a very high likelihood you're going to get the success. So going back to the knee example, I want to go to the surgeon who has produced many hundreds and thousands of successful operations for what I'm going for. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the only test. No one has a crystal ball. No one can tell you the future. No one can even promise you results. I cannot promise my ladies results because I'm not a fucking fortune teller. I don't know. Are you going to do the plan? If you sit on the couch for the next 6 months, it's not going to work. But if you do what the coach says, you're probably going to get the result. Based on the thousands of transformations, before and after photos, interviews, and testimonials we have had from our clients. So, that is the only way you're going to know is by going off successful data. So, once we've got that out of the road, you know that they're going to get results. There's lots of results for women in your situation. So if you're a woman over 40 and you see lots of results for men, well, that's probably not a good indication for you, unfortunately. If you are seeing lots of results for 20-year-old women, again, that's not a very good indication that you're going to have success. But if you see tons of results from women your age, shape, size, amount of weight you want to lose, that is a pretty clear indication that you're probably in the right spot. That is what you're looking for. Don't look at the 20-year-olds or 30-year-olds. Don't look at the men's transformations. You want something for you. You want to be looking for women between 40 and 65. That is going to be the litmus test. So that's what we're looking for, results for people your age. So that's the number one category for when you're choosing a program. Main thing we're looking for. The second thing we're looking for is flexibility. There are many ways to lose weight. Most of them have very limited flexibility, meaning it just doesn't fucking work unless you're on the plan. Like a lot of these supplement companies or supplement weight loss companies, they're like, you gotta take our fucking supplements because if you don't take our supplements, it's not gonna work. And you're like, oh my God. And then you start taking them for 3, 6, 9, 12, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. And when you go off, the weight comes back on. Well, that's not very flexible. It only works if you're 100% following it. Or if you're doing things like keto. It's only going to work if you cut out all your carbs and hate your life and don't eat with people and eat in isolation because only fucking you and all your friendship circles are doing keto and everyone else eats like a normal person. That's not very flexible. So flexibility is very important to our clients because 9 times out of 10, they've got either kids or a family or grandkids, or they're living not by themselves. 9 times out of 10, some ladies are. So it has to be flexible. It has to encompass other people in the plan. Going out, weekends, socializing, holidays, seeing the girls, seeing the kids, seeing the grandbabies, seeing your siblings, seeing your parents. You've got to be able to live a normal life, eat flexibly, and still lose weight. Otherwise, you get stuck in this on-plan, off-plan mentality. Sorry, I can't do that. So if you're saying no to social events or socializing or events in general because it doesn't fit your weight loss diet, you're probably on the wrong path. Unless you're a fucking athlete and then you're boxing yourself in, blinkers on, trying to get the gold medal type thing. Now, if that's you, great. Probably not my clientele or our clientele. This is probably not the podcast for you. As we just talk with normal, everyday ladies, 40 plus. The second thing is the training has to be able to be done anywhere. What I mean by that is you can't just be like, well, my coach is a bodybuilder and everything that I do has to be in a gym. What if you live out in the middle of fucking bumfuck? What if you live half an hour or an hour from the gym and you don't have time as it is to even go for a walk? What if you can't make the class times at the gym? What if you can't make the times at the gym? Maybe you don't have a 24-hour access gym. So the training has to be able to be done anywhere. Now, if you have a good coach, your coach is actually smart. They understand that it's about being calorie deficit and burning calories every day. And it doesn't matter if you're in a gym or at home or at the park or on holidays, you can still get your exercise in. So the training has to be able to be done wherever you are, access to a lot of things, access to nothing. That is what our ladies need. Half our ladies work out at home, half our ladies work out at a gym. It does not fucking matter. The results are exactly the same. There's nothing special about a gym. A gym just has lots more access to equipment. Whereas at home, if you just have 2 dumbbells, you can lose the same amount of weight as the lady has access to all the equipment at the gym. It just means the way you burn calories is going to be slightly different. You can burn the same amount of calories anywhere. You can burn calories for free, You can burn calories at the gym and you pay for it. You can burn calories with a PT and you pay for their time. Some ladies are working on a budget. Maybe it's better to burn the calories for free. That's the next thing. The third requirement for a successful program out of 4 things is accountability. How many times have you started something and then something happened in your life? Because I can tell you now, after talking to thousands of women, having a peek behind the curtain of their actual life, I can tell you, nobody lives a life of rainbows and unicorns. Nobody does. All the women we work with have good weeks, good days, bad days, stressful days, family stress, work stress, personal life stress. Everybody's going through something. So when you don't have accountability, it's very easy to fall off track. The smarter you are, the more convincing you are as to why you can't do it, unfortunately, because you can rationale and reason anything. And this is what happens when people are working by themselves. So I don't know if you figured this out by now, and you probably have, because you're a bunch of smart ladies. The more successful people are, the more accountability they have. The less successful people are, the less accountability that they have. Accountability isn't for people who don't know how to do things. Accountability is for success. Nobody gets to the top of their field, game, sport, industry without a high level of accountability. Coaches, doctors, mindset coaches, success coaches, acting coaches, technique coaches, strength coaches, personal trainers, you fucking name it. Doctors, physicians, physios, chiropractors, like the best people in their industry have monstrous teams around them. They have so many people helping out in every single aspect of their life. They're trying to dial it in because these people are worth a lot of money to those people around them. So if you have a top level athlete, they're going to be worth a fuckload of money to that team and the person or the company that owns that team. So they're going to spend copious amounts of money keeping them accountable so they're at their fucking A game. You want to see people that are absolutely ballsing up their weight loss, their job, their life, their income, their relationships. They're doing it by themselves. This might be you right now, calling you out. If you're doing this all by yourself and you're failing, you are the middle of the problem. So if you want to get outside of the problem, you've got to get outside of yourself. Because if you had all the solutions right now, you wouldn't be struggling. It's just how it works. If you knew how to get yourself out of the problem, you wouldn't be in the problem. Hear what I'm saying? If you have a flat tire on your fucking car and you don't know how to fix it, we're not going to get an unflat tire by driving it more. It doesn't make any fucking sense. The only way that flat tire is going to get fixed is if I get out of the fucking car, have the skills, have the knowledge, and I change the tire and I fix it and off I go. Otherwise, you're stuck with a flat tire and you're driving around. And this is most people with their fucking weight loss. Oh yeah, I know. I know what I need to do. I'm just not doing it. I'm like, you don't know what you need to do. You know pieces of what you need to do. We have worked with thousands of women. I can promise you now, nobody gets in and does our program and go, you know what? I just forgot that I had to do all this stuff. Thank you for reminding me because I had the solution all along. No, that's not how it works. Thousands of clients. Most ladies have some of the pieces. Some ladies have a lot of the pieces. None of their clients have all the pieces because if they did, they would be the fucking coach and not the client. And I'm telling you now, that's not a bad thing. I promise you, I am shit at so many things in my life. And if I knew how to fix them, they wouldn't be a problem. So remember, you are the problem, but also you can solve the problem. You got to get outside yourself to solve it though. Very simple. But the last thing is maintenance. You want to look for a plan that accounts for maintaining your weight. If your coach or trainer or program, the person who signed you up, whatever the fuck your thing you're doing, has not talked about maintenance in the program, run away. Run away. Because remember, there's so many things you can do that will help you lose weight, but most of them won't teach you how to maintain the weight. They won't teach you, all right, once the weight is gone, this is what you need to do. And I'm telling you now, losing weight and maintaining weight are very different. You don't just maintain by doing the weight loss thing. That's where people fuck up. Lose weight, tone up, maintain it. They're the 3 stages of fat loss. If your coach is not talking about maintenance or doesn't tell you there is a plan for maintenance at the end, you are in the wrong spot. You're going into another fad because it doesn't have an end. It's like you just keep doing it. You just keep buying the supplements. You just keep doing these sessions. It's not how it works. Maintenance is very fucking simple. The missing piece for most people, actually. So if you haven't been taught or hasn't talked about maintenance in your program, hey, we're going to do a fat loss phase, we're going to do a toning phase and a maintenance phase, unfortunately, you are in the wrong spot. They either don't know or they understand that the plan is just not sustainable. It doesn't work like that. Maintenance is a very simple strategy, but if you don't learn it, you're forever going to be recycling the same weight over and over and over again. So you want to make sure there are results for women your age in the plan that you're looking at next. You want to make sure it's flexible. The training can be done anywhere. There's accountability and there's talk of maintenance. If you have those things, you are on track to be starting a really good program. There are people out there that do that. We obviously do that. I know a couple of people in the industry that do that. It's not many, but there are a few. So let's start with that, ladies. Before you make a decision with someone, check off those boxes. All right, I've been chatting for too much. I will catch you in the next one.